In this video, you will learn the basic features of a Tableau worksheet. Your visualizations are created in the worksheets. Now that we have imported the data, named our header row, and checked our data types, we can open a worksheet. Tableau automatically prompts you to go to Worksheet, as you can see down here in the lower left-hand corner. Click on Go to Worksheet or Sheet 1 to open up the worksheet. You can add additional worksheets by clicking on the small bar graph icon with a plus sign next to Sheet 1. Returning back to Sheet 1, we can see that Tableau continues to automatically categorize our data by dimensions, which would again be those categorical, geographic, or string data types, and measures. We can, however, continue to change where something is located. So for example, the order number and record ID, again, we said that we would use these as categorical values. So we may want to add these as dimensions instead of measures. To do this, we would hover over the item that we'd like to move until the pill appears. This is Tableau's terminology. Measures will appear in a green pill and dimensions will appear in a blue pill. Clicking on the down arrow that appears once the pill is available, we can then reveal a shortcut menu where we could either add it to the sheet, we could duplicate this measure, or we can convert it to a dimension. So you can go ahead and convert that to a dimension, and we can do the same thing for the order number. Note, you could also change the data type when you're in your worksheet, just as we did before we moved over to our worksheet. The large blank space to our right is known as our canvas. This is where our visualizations are going to be appearing and where we can manipulate them. Above the canvas, we see the fields for both the columns and the rows. This is where we're going to place either our dimensions or measures so that they will start to create our visualizations. To the left-hand side of the columns and row fields, we find three options: the pages, filters, and marks options. These are options for manipulating how our visualization will appear. The pages option allows us to control the output display in what's known as a page shelf. Basically what this does is it fragments the view of the visualizations into a series of pages. This is very convenient, particularly if you need to present your visualizations in a paper format. The filters option allows us to filter the data so that we can exclude observations or focus on a particular state. And this can be very useful if we need to highlight or drill down our data or see how the outliers affect the visualization. The marks option affords us the opportunity to have our data visualization distinguished by color gradients, size gradients, or through the addition of labels via text or details. The tooltips option will display the underlying data and details when a user hovers over a particular mark on the visualization. At the top of the worksheet, we have a worksheet ribbon menu. So we can see here running all the way from File through to Help, and we have a lot more options than we had when we were connecting to our data. And a Show Me option, which provides suggested visualizations based on the data that is included in the columns and rows, or tells you how to get one of the particular visualizations by either adding so many dimensions or so many measures. And as you hover over the various visualizations that are available, Tableau tries to give you hints on what you would need to include on your sheet in order to create such a visualization. As you can see, we have a lot of visualization options, from bar graphs to line graphs and maps. What I will say is, though, please be careful not to be too strict when trying to identify the visualization that is desired by somebody. For example, Tableau labels the heat map as the visualization here in the upper middle row. However, somebody requesting a heat map may want you to display a map, which is found immediately below that. It's easier to clarify a client's expectations up front and deliver the appropriate visualization than it is to try to retroactively apply the right visualization for the client.